Hello guys. Oh, let me briefly back that up. Hello guys, my name is Aerodos12 and today, or tonight, I am going to be doing a special. Tomorrow is a big day for me because I have a speech that I have to do at 7 o'clock at night. Yeah, it's for a class, by the way. That's the only reason why I would be doing this at 7 o'clock. And it's a speech on what it takes to be a game designer. Now, I know there are some of you who are probably from Block City and some of you who are probably from Roblox. Does it matter which platform you develop or design a game on? Somewhat, but then again, probably not. Because here's what you want to know. Game design can happen on any type of game engine, and you wouldn't have to worry about the quality of it unless you were playing it as an independent game. Like, for example, there's one person I remember on YouTube, they said that they want a really good game engine, optimized game engine, in which will allow you to basically, how do I put this? It's like a game engine where if you play the game, it won't lag out to the point where you keep getting killed all the time, basically. So, yeah. That's basically what I'm going at here. Anyways, without further ado, I am going to start the speech. So let me just check, see if anyone's on. Alright, we got one. Or did it just not do anything? Doesn't matter, I'm going to start it. Believe it or not. So, yeah. Let's get started. So, when you think of the word gamer, you think of someone who plays games all day long on a game console, such as the PS4, Wii U, or Xbox One. But, who is behind those games that the gamer plays, and what are their traits? That is the work of a video game designer. The video game designer has three main traits that are required to be competent at their job: ingenuity, gaming experience, and required developer skills. So let's start with ingenuity. The question that comes to mind is, what does ingenuity have to do with game design? Ingenuity is the ability to create the game mechanics, game world, game title, and other creative components of a game effectively. This is a required trait for a game designer because that's how you start the game. As according to electronics.howstuffworks.com, making video games requires imagination. Video game designers devote themselves to every aspect of a game and mastering its outcome. I'll give you a good example. From my experience, there were times where this devotion came into play. For example, Saberfront. I had to make a concept of an RPG that uses FPS and RPG components. That is why, and this is probably why I would possibly have to transfer the code from my Roblox game to the Block City version, because it's going to have the same concept, but just a different way of building it. Like, it uses stats to determine if you have a one-shot kill from a sniper, such as level, dexterity, and some settings. The concept was mastered perfectly, but the implementation didn't pick up until later last year. That leads into the second trait, required developer skills. Required developer skills. What is that? You're probably wondering. Well, required developer skills are skills that can be performed on mainly Macs, because usually you would have to use some software such as Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Flash, or even Maya for that. I don't know what the word is, but even Maya for that purpose or whatnot. Can also be done on the PC though. It can also be done on the PC. For example, on electronics.howstuffworks.com, again, a video game designer must have a strong set of skills, including programming, video graphics, and hardware essentials. That's right, they said hardware essentials. From experience, I can say that these are the skills you would need, as I had to script, build. In some cases I did have to build such things such as crates, and I had to build new mobs at one point. I also had to rebuild parts for certain weapons that required certain parts in order to be able to work, such as the aim part, the main, the mag, the handle. But I used my version of the kit. I had to rescript it in order to work for gamepad, had to rescript it in order to work for filtering enabled, had to rescript it to optimize it. That's a lot that goes into scripting. Also, I had to design GUIs and graphics. As you can see here, I designed this logo, the Saberfront logo. That's what you will see as a thumbnail when you play it on Block City, if you're a Block City user. If you're a Roblox user, you used to see this with Dooku's silhouette on the side, but it's not there no more. And it's probably going to update to that, by the way. And also to program the game to work with my controller. That's right, I have a red controller for Xbox One. Hardware essentials is key when you want to make your game available for many platforms, such as Xbox One, mobile, VR, computer, whatnot, whatever. You just got to know how to make it available for those platforms. Now, in order to put required developer skills into play, however, a video game designer must have experience as a gamer as well. Without this trait, game designer will easily run out of ideas. That has happened to me before, until I've played games such as Phantom Forces, other RPGs, Star Wars games. I've played a lot of games on Roblox since I joined as Aerodos12. But I will be playing Block City games to get more ideas, so this game will fit with Block City. So stay tuned for that. According to study.com, playing video games can show you how a game is structured and can give you a chance to start thinking of ways to make improvements for when you design your own game. From experience, I had to look at the game called Phantom Forces, like I said before, and a concept that I borrowed from that game was the Call of Duty style weaponry. That's right, it's going to be working like Call of Duty and Phantom Forces, except it's going to use RPG stats to determine how much damage you put into it. It might even use a range penalty, which isn't in Saberfront yet. There will also be advanced versions of these weaponry, which allow you to throw grenades, knives. You can also change the way the weapon looks with the 8 key. The numpad 8 key is what you would use to make that happen. Trust me, you're going to like it. But it's up to you to decide if you like it or not me. And there's also a concept that I borrowed of an ammo bar from Halo. The ammo bar I didn't really think much of before I didn't really make a good GUI for the weaponry before I even thought about making weapons like this. But now that I've found the ammo bar and actually used it to make this cool GUI, I'm thinking, why not? Why not learn UI design? It will really help. To wrap it all up, There are 3 things a game designer must know in terms of what to do with the concept and how to perform that action. First, they must be able to conceive the concept, or basically the ingenuity part of it. Second, they must be able to implement it, require developer skills. Third, they must know how to derive it from other concepts if they need to. That is what the gamer part is for. Like the saying goes, you make the game. So, that's my speech. If you want to know exactly what other things there are or what other speeches there will be in the future, I'll let you know. But that's just a PSA on game design. Anyways, I'm Aerodos12. I gotta get some sleep because tomorrow I gotta do this speech. And also, tell me in the comments, if you didn't get to see it, this will be on YouTube, and you can tell me in the comments what I can do to make my speech better and what I did really well. So yes, my name's Aerodos12, and good night. Cheers.